Man, I get.
All right, we're ready to start.
All right. Want to call this meeting to order for the May 13th meeting of the Clarke County Board of Assessors. Call the roll. Quazon Payne.
Here.
David Lynn.
Here.
And Jeff Bradbury is present. We need to, first thing on the agenda, we need to appoint a secretary, and that would be Terry Knight. And I need to get a motion to do that. This will be a interim secretary, maybe just for this meeting. It may be a little more permanent later, but can I get a motion to that effect?
So moved as stated.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Need to get a motion to approve the minutes of the April 28th meeting that were emailed to you.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Need to get a motion to adopt tonight's or this afternoon's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Terry, do we have any public comment? Kirk, do we have any public comment that you know of?
We do not.
Okay. All right, then we will close public comment and we will go to item E on the agenda, personal property. Count value changes added at the original notice, from the original notice list that we got. Kirk, you doing that?
I am. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Y'all should see the screen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The first thing we need to do is, this is a list of personal property value changes that we made. And these were Freeport accounts that y'all approved at our April 28th meeting. We did go ahead and send them an assessment notice. They were not on that original list of 1,644 parcels. As kind of reviewing them right before we sent everything, we found these. So y'all did approve the values and the Freeport value, so everything was already approved. I just wanted to let y'all know about it, that they weren't on that original list. And so I just need y'all to make a motion to basically accept these values that were sent out on the 7th.
Let me hear a motion.
I'll move to accept those values.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. The list of late returns for assessment notices.
All right. This is a list of returns that have come in since we approved those last set of values. So they were not done in time to send out on our original notice date of May the 7th. And so we will mail these notices tomorrow, the 14th. And so it's a list of 19 accounts that came in late that we need to send a notice to. And on this list is one Freeport. Of course, they won't get the full Freeport amount because they were late. But I've listed that on there as well so that all of it's included in this one list. So I need y'all to approve these so we can send them a notice tomorrow.
Okay, let me get a motion to approve these property returns.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we going on to homestead. We've got 2 removals.
Yes. We've got 2 removals, parcel 16-3, C3, C15, and 18-2, D1, A9. Both of these, the owners actually kind of fessed up that they had homesteads at 2 different locations. And I think one was inquired about and the other one just volunteered the information. And so 16-3C3, C15, they are receiving homestead at another location. So theirs would be removed for 2020 and 21. And then 18-2D1A9 would be removed for 2021 only.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve these removals?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we've got, looks like about 12 homestead approvals.
That's right. And we knew we would receive these because these were some at our last board meeting that we denied or didn't approve because they had, it was a trust or they didn't have their current ID. And so these have been streaming in here. And so you've got a list here of ones that need to be approved. 33A1A19. It's really a clerical correction. That one really shouldn't have been removed, and it was. 34A2B9, they provided their trust documents and their affidavit. 74C2A9 is another one that was really more of a clerical correction than anything else. 113A2D7, they provided their current ID. 114D3H13 provided their trust documents and affidavit. 123B4A26 provided the current ID. 123B4B6 provided their trust documents and affidavit. 124B2E10 did the same. 132B1G2 provided trust and the affidavit. 174B5F11 provided their current ID. And then 184B9A9 and 283D1G11 provided trust documents and affidavits. I tell you what, we are seeing so many people put stuff in trust. And when you put it in a trust, y'all remember we went through this exercise the middle of last year. There's so many different things that have to be met. Like, is the person living there that's receiving the benefit? Are they the beneficiary? There's all these things that they have to sign off on to make sure they can still receive the homestead. But anyway, we've got that pretty tied down. It's just a matter of getting them in here to verify that information. So our recommendation is that these 12 be approved for 2021.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve these 12 parcels?
Motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, we'll move on. We've got conservation use. We've got one continuation and one new application.
All right, this first one is parcel 29111D, owned by Todd Pulliam, and it's a 57.36 acre tract off of Robert Hardiman. And this was one where we had to send him an intent to breach letter at our last meeting because he acquired it from his family, but he failed to come in and continue the covenant by the April 1st deadline. He had full intentions of doing it, but I think there was some stuff going on and he just couldn't get in here. So we sent the intent to breach letter. And so he came in within the time frame. I think you have 15 days to come in, and he did. So he completed his application to continue the CUBA covenant. So the breach has been remedied, and it's our recommendation to approve.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve 291011D for a continuation conservation use?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. I'll go on the record as seconding that, Jeff.
All righty. All right. Then we got one new application.
All right, this new application is kind of the same situation. It's really not a new application, but it's parcel 21132A owned by Olivia Wade off of Danielsville Road, 18.27 acres. This parcel has been in conservation use for 20 years. For some reason, the owner just failed to renew by April 1st, even though they were sent the letter and everything. And so you can, as you know, you can file an application during the appeal period for conservation use. And so she's doing that. The only thing is everything starts all over. So, you know, like a lot of people, when you renew and you turn 65, then, you know, you're able to get out of it. And I mean, this one, it doesn't matter the age, just everything's starting fresh. But they did file the application under wildlife and trees, so they definitely qualify. So it would be our recommendation to approve. It's just not a renewal.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the new application for conservation use?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and Kirk, you gonna go with the fiscal year 22 budget?
I am. As you know, we had proposed a budget for this year, basically asking for an additional person. This will be the third year in a row, I think, that we've asked for an additional person. And so it, you know, actually would have increased our budget. I think it was around $60,000, maybe a little bit more total, because by the time you add all the benefits and the insurance and the other little costs, that's what it was doing. And so we requested a total of 14 positions, but it has been denied. And so the mayor and commission are basically moving it back to what it was before. So we have 13 full-time authorized positions, and our budget is basically the same as it was the prior year. The second page is just something that we provide to when we send in our budget. It's just our mission and goals and objectives. These have been the same for as long as I've been here. I mean, this is what we try to do, is praise all property located in Athens-Clarke at its fair market value to ensure that taxpayers pay no more than their fair share of property taxes, achieve fair and equitable valuations, and produce a statutorily acceptable digest by August 1st of each year. And then, of course, we want to maintain a level of assessment between 36 and 44, and actually between 38 and 42, so that public utilities can be taxed at 40%, and then maintain a uniformity of assessment below less than 15, a PRD close to 1, and prepare and send assessment notices by the first week of May each year. So we continue to meet those goals every year. And, I was hoping that we might get a new position, but it doesn't appear that way. So here's the final budget for 22. That's where it stands. So basically, if you look at operating expenses in 21 and what's proposed there, it's exactly the same or just slightly different. In the indirect expenses, they are more this year because they've actually, the vehicle replacement charges, what you see with my hand is they've actually put in $8,745 into the budget, which they had taken out previously. And that's needed because, these vehicles that we ride in are all highway stop and go mileage. And, you know, they need to be replaced every so often. We've got a couple of them that are, you know, just about 20 years old now. So that's our budget, and unless something drastic changes, that will be the budget.
Okay.
Any thoughts or concerns from y'all?
Addition with the increase in parcels that just continues to come into Athens-Clarke County. So I know that increases y'all's workload, even though you do a great job at it. At some point, it's going to have to be addressed.
I don't disagree.
All
All
right.
right. Well, that's all I've got on the budget, Jeb.
Okay, well, we'll go to digest appeals update.
All right. It's just the first full week of appeals. You know, most of what we've been getting in have been homestead questions, a lot of just general questions. We've certainly had a few people, you know, ask about the values. We've sent them documentation. A lot of people realize that the market is just really changing, that it's really going up. A lot of people that we talk to. So, you know, so far it's been pretty steady. You know, we've gotten in a handful of appeals, not a whole lot yet, but, you know, it's very early in the process. And I was just wondering if y'all heard any from y'all's constituents.
I've had a couple of people call me. One of my neighbors had about a $400,000 increase, so he was a little questioning. He was questioning what was going on. So, but you know, I told him to call y'all.
Okay. And that's the best thing is, like I said, just we do our best to answer questions. We have stuff already prepared and ready to go. So we gladly, you know, want people to call us if they have questions. Only other thing with the digest appeal update is we've gotten in the Department of Audit study, which we get every year. So they're reviewing our 2020 digest right now. And so we're going through that process of, you know, they're looking at our ratios and everything. And we've kind of just about through with that process. And so we won't get the results back for a few months, but just wanted to let y'all know that was something we're working on, or we've sent in the information on that just recently. So that's all I've got for the digest appeal update.
Is there any other business we need to discuss tonight?
Under other, I just have that we've got caveat next week, which we were able to get in and get registered. So y'all will be able to get your 20 hours training, and that'll do you for the year. So that'll be good. Caveat's always really good to kind of hear what's going on around the state and any new legislation or anything that's affecting our business, kind of what's happening. I will let you know, Heather Cox in our office, her last day is tomorrow. And then Sheila Collins, she is retiring in June. So we're going to have a couple of positions we need to fill. We do have a new appraiser that will be starting with us in June, filling another position that we had open.
Okay. We're gonna have breakfast next week.
I don't know how.
All right. Is there any other business we need to discuss?
You log on at 8:30, Jeb, and I eat breakfast with you.
There you go. All right, I'll meet you at the Mayflower. How about that? You buy.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right. If we don't have anything else to discuss, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Enjoyed it,
All right.
guys.
Thank you.
Short and
See you
sweet.
next time.
All righty.
Thank you, Judge.